Good morning students, I am Purnima and I welcome you to my English class students. Now I am going to continue the topic which I was teaching earlier before, article writing. Now this topic is subject, verb, conquered. So first of all children, you must know what is a subject. I've already told in my previous videos, but let me revise once again what is a subject and what is a verb first of all. And the topic is here subject, verb, conquered. So conquered means agreement. Okay, so but before studying this topic, you should know what is a subject, what is a verb, and what is a children, how it agrees with each other. That is very important. So children, the noun or pronoun which comes before the verb is a subject, and the noun or pronoun which comes after the verb is a predicate. So noun or pronoun which comes before the verb is a subject, and noun and pronoun which comes after the verb is a predicate. Okay, now so student, what is a subject? Noun or pronoun which comes before the verb is a subject. Noun and pronoun which comes after the verb is a object. And what is a verb, children? A verb is that verb which shows what the person or thing is doing. Like I am writing. Writing is a verb here. He is singing. Singing is a verb here. They are playing. Playing is a verb here. She is dancing. Dancing shows some action is going on. So not only verb, but the verb also tells about an action. Then student, you can also say what is the state of a person. Like the boys are sleeping. So sleeping shows the state of those boys. All right. So I mean to say children, that verb it shows an work, it shows an action, it shows action, it shows work, it shows state. Okay, so I think this is clear to you what is a subject and what is a verb. Now there few other things you have to understand before I am going to teach you this topic. And children, that is a singular and plural. So children, when suppose children, subject, let's talk about subject first. So boys, child, man and girl, they are subject. Now what is the singular of boy? Boys. Child, children. Man, men. Girl, girls. So children, these are the subject. Okay. These are the plurals of these subjects. Now children, in the verb it is opposite. I told you in my previous video. I think you must remember I have told all these things, but this is generally, I think this is important points are there, so we should revise it. Now children, you just see in verb it becomes opposite. In singular cases, okay, in singular cases, like you see eat, it becomes singular when we put s. When we put s here. Okay, and the plural of verb is eat. Singular s. Plural no s. Okay, why is it? It is vice versa here. Boy singular, boys plural. But here children, eats is singular and the verb eat is plural. Similarly, plays. Plays is singular and plays is plural. Comes. Comes is singular. Come. C-O-M-E. Come is plural. Okay. So children, our first point is that with, children, first point you have to note it down. What is the first point? A singular subject takes the singular verb. A singular subject takes the singular verb, and a plural subject take the plural verb. Okay. So a singular subject take the singular verb and a plural subject take the plural verb. For example, children, I'm writing and you just see. I will be writing one or two example, and then you will be understand more in a more nice manner. Now students, I have written few sentences on the board, and then at this point will be more clear. So what is point number 1 here? A singular subject carries singular verb with them, and plural subjects carry plural verb with them. Okay, so you can see students, in the first sentence, please read now. Sohan comes here. Now Sohan is a subject and comes is a verb. Sohan is singular. Sohan comes here every week. Now children, who is Sohan? Sohan is the name of a person, and that person is singular. Now comes, children, s is added here. Sohan is singular, so we are putting singular verb. And in singular verb, what do we put? We put s. So Sohan is singular. With singular subject, we always put singular verb. How do we know that it is a singular verb? Because we are putting s here. And now children, you can see the other thing also. Boys. Boys is plural. Come. Now here I am not putting s. Because children, if we will put s here in the verb, you can see this is subject, this is verb. Okay. This is plural. Boys are plural. So with plural subject, we have plural verb. In plural verb, we don't add s or es. In singular verb, we add s or es. So with plural singular subject, singular verb. With plural subject, plural verb. Similarly, children, he is going. Is verb and it is singular. He is subject. So he is subject and is he is singular and is singular verb. They are plural and are is a plural verb. So with plural verb, with plural subjects like they, we are using are. Are is a plural verb. He is a singular and the verb is also singular. So rule number 1, I hope it is clear to everybody, that with singular subject, it always carry a singular verb. And with plural subject, it always carry a plural verb. Okay. So now children, we will come to point number 2. Point number 1 is, I think everybody knew now, no doubt here. With singular subject, singular verb. With plural subject, plural verb. In plural verb, children, we never put s. In singular verb, we put s. Okay. So now remember these rules. Now children, we will come to point number 2. Rule number 2. When two subjects are there and these two subjects are joined by and, then children, we will have plural verb. Once again, I repeat. When children, two subjects are there, two singular subjects. Just remember, when two or more, it can be two subjects or it can be two or more singular subject. Remember, it is singular subject. And children, when it is connected by and, then the verb here is plural. Okay. Like for example, Ram and Shyam are brothers. Okay. Now student, you can see in this sentence, children, what is the rule number 2? When two or more than two singular subjects are there and it is joined by and. So here singular subject 1 is Ram and other singular subject is Shyam, and it is joined by and. Ram, subject number 1, singular subject number 1, Shyam, and the singular subject number 2, it is joined by and. So children, which verb we will be using here? We will be using plural verb. So the verb here is plural. The verb here is are. It is not is. It is are. And children, please remember, is singular, are is plural. Was is singular, were is plural. Okay. Has is singular, have is plural. This you have to remember it. Otherwise, lot of confusion will be there. Okay. Is singular, are is plural. Was is singular, were is plural. Is and are is used in present tense. Was and were is used in past tense. Has is singular and have is plural. Okay, has and have is used in present tense, while is had is used in children past tense. Okay, and had is used with both singular and plural, but has is used with singular. Okay, in the present tense. Have is used with plural. Some it is used with you also. We never say you has a car, we say you have a car. Okay, this is important. So remember this, don't forget it. So once again I revise rule number 2. When two singular subject or more than two singular subjects are there, when they are joined by s, so children, how do we connect it? We connect it by plural verb. As you can see it here, Ram and Shyam are brothers. Ram is subject number 1, Shyam is subject number 2, and are is plural here. Okay student, so you can see this was the rule number 2. Now we will come to rule number 3. Now children, point number 3. When two singular nouns are there and when they refer to the same person, when two singular nouns are there and when they refer to the same person, okay, then the verb use is singular. So children, a nice example I have written here. With the help of the example, you will be it will be much easier for you to understand. Now children, when two nouns is the same person, okay, like Shruti's friend and colleague. One person is there, he is Shruti friend. Shruti is the name of a girl. Until one person is there, he or she is Shruti's friend also, and once upon a time he or she was the colleague. He or she is a Shruti friend or he or she is a Shruti colleague. Both are referring to the same person. The friend is the Shruti's friend who once upon a time was a colleague also. Okay, so Shruti's friend and colleague refers to one person. It refers to same subject, same noun. Then the children here, the verb will be singular. Okay, the verb will be singular here. As you can see here students, Shruti's, you can see here, Shruti's friend and colleague. Friend and colleague refers to the same person. That's why children we are using here is. So is singular verb here. Is singular verb here. Why it is singular verb student? Because friend and colleague is referring to one person. And who is this person? He is friend of Shruti and he is also colleague of, or she is also a colleague of Shruti. And children, when the person is the same, then here singular verb will come. Okay, one more example I will give you. Like you can say children, the manager and secretary has died. That means children, the person who is the secretary also, he is also is the manager. So here two person are not there, one person is referring to the same thing. Okay, like the brigadier and the chairman of our school. The brigadier and the chairman of our school. The brigadier of 39 GTC and the chairman of our school. It refers to same person. So we will not say are coming. We will say is coming. So you understand like this. When two nouns are there and when they are referring to the same person. When they are referring to the same person, then the verb will be is. What would be the verb? It would be is. So I have told you three noun in which you can see how subject and verb there is a agreement between these two. Okay, on these rules children, it's not very easy. Sometimes we are very much confused. So you have to study it regularly. Until and unless you will not have any confusion, you have to read and reread it. Then you will understand it in a very nice manner. Now children, rule number 4. When two or more noun refers to the same thing. When two or more noun makes one unit, that is it refers to the same thing. Okay, then the verb will be singular children. Like rice and curry. Rice is also we have in lunch. Curry also we have in lunch. We can have rice and curry is my favorite dish. So here you can see children, rice. Rice is a part of a lunch. It's a part of your meal. You take it. You eat it. You satisfy your hunger. Similarly children, curry. Curry we mix with rice, then only we can eat it in a proper manner. Otherwise it would be difficult to swallow rice if we will eat like that. So rice and curry both form what children? It forms a part. It forms a part of a meal. So children, both the units are same here. Both the things refers to the same thing. And what is the things it is referring to? It is referring to the meals. It is referring to the food. Okay. So you can see children, then the verb here is. That means is singular verb. So when two or more noun refers to the same thing, then children the verb must be in singular. Similarly children, bread and butter is a good breakfast. Bread and butter is a good breakfast. Okay, bread again we have in generally in the breakfast early in the morning, and butter also we put in bread. Okay, there are so many things we put in bread and jam, bread and butter. Okay, bread and omelette. So lot of things, bread and mayonnaise. Okay, so but bread and butter combination, I think many people like it. Okay, so bread and butter is a perfect breakfast. Now children, here bread and butter both is referring to the same thing. What are these things? They are the part of the breakfast. What are these things? They are the part of the breakfast. So bread and butter refers to the same thing. And what is the same thing here? Both are the part of a breakfast. So here children we will put is. Bread and butter are perfect is wrong. Bread and butter are perfect breakfast, or bread and butter is perfect breakfast. Bread and butter is perfect breakfast. Okay, why? Because this both is referring to the breakfast. It's a part of a breakfast. Alright, so this is clear to you. So how many points we had children? We are having 5 points now. Okay, we have done 5 points. Children, the next rule is when children with noun, when before noun, when we put each or every, okay, then children the verb is singular. I mean to say children, when noun is there in a sentence and when each and every is put before that noun, then the verb is singular. Like you can see in the example I will be teaching you. Each boy, boy is a noun, and we are putting what we are putting? Each before this verb. And you can see children, boy is a noun and we are putting each before a noun, and the verb is here singular. Each boy was given present. Similarly, children, girl is a noun, and when we put every before the noun, then also the verb will become singular. Every girl has a book of her own. So children, please remember this. When children, two nouns are there, like here boy is a noun and here girl is a noun, and when we put children each and every before that noun, when we put each and every before that noun, children, then the verb will be singular. Then the verb will be singular. Was, has. Okay. So this verb is singular. Okay. Now, I hope it is clear to you. Whenever each and every will come, okay, when each and every will come before the noun, then we will have singular verb. So please remember this, student. Now children, a very interesting rule I am going to tell. When children one of the phrase, one of is used. Okay, when the phrase one of is used with plural subject, here boys are plural subject and books are plural subject. See the combination. One is singular. So when this phrase is used with plural subject, then the verb will become singular. Remember this thing, children. This is very confusing. When you can see, when subjects are plural, like you can see books. Here books is plural. And no, one of the boys is a subject and it is plural. Similarly, one of the book is a, children, it is one of the books is what? It is, books is plural. Okay, one of the books is plural. Books are plural. Boys are plural. And when this is joined by one of, that means when the subject is plural, okay, one of plus plural subject. Remember, see this thing, when boys and books, it is a subject, it is plural, and when one of comes before it, then the verb will be singular. Then the verb is singular here. Is. This is a boys and this is books. They are plural subject. One of. Okay, one of the boys is missing. Okay, so one of the boys, children, when we put one of with plural subject, then the verb is singular. Similarly here, books is plural, one of, then the verb is singular. Okay, so this is again a very important rule in the subject verb agreement. Okay, now we will come to rule number 9. We will see rule number 9. What is rule number 9? Now we will come to rule number 9. Children, you have to see one thing, that if, children, neither nor or either or is used in a sentence, neither nor, either or, if these two things are used in a sentence, like here, neither food nor clothes. So children, see the last one. See the last subject. What is the last subject? Children, food is the first subject, clothes is the second subject, and it is in plural. So when, children, when two subject is joined by neither nor or either or, then children, like you can see here, neither food nor clothes. Here clothes is plural. So here plural verb will come. And you can see this, neither the boys, first subject is singular, nor the teacher. Teacher is, sorry, first subject is plural, nor the teacher. Teacher is singular. So children, you have to see the last one. If two subjects are there joined by neither or nor, either or, you have to see the last subject. So if teacher, here the last subject is plural, singular, so the verb is singular. Here the last subject is plural, so the verb is also plural. So this you have understood, children. When children try to understand, when the sentence is there, on that sentence, when two subjects, it is joined by either or and neither nor. Either or, neither nor. Okay. Then children, when two subjects are there, either or neither nor, it is joined by either or neither or no. So you have to see the second subject. Like children, you can see it here. Neither food nor clothes. Here which two subjects are here? First is food and the other is clothes. Clothes is plural here and food is singular. So what is the last subject? What is the last subject here? Clothes. And this is plural. So the verb will be in plural. Right? Here you see, neither the boys. Now here children, two subjects are there. One is boys and boys is a plural. And teacher is singular. Okay. So children, if the second subject is singular, then children, what verb will have? It will carry singular verb. So don't forget children, if two subjects are there with neither nor or either or, alright. And when children, the second subject, if it is singular, then the verb will be singular. If the second is plural, then the verb will be plural. Very easy. Try to understand once again. Two subjects are there. This subject is plural, so plural verb. Here two subjects are here. One is the boys is plural and the teacher is singular. So the last one, the later one is singular, so the verb is singular. So you have to in either or neither nor, you have to see the last subject, the last one. Whatever is the last subject, if it is singular, then the verb will be in singular number, and if it is plural, then the verb will be in plural number. So like this, the children, the verb agrees with the subject. This was the rule number 9. Now children, we will see, I am going to tell you about rule number 10 now. Now children, I will be telling you about rule number 10. Read this sentence. Children, if the sentence is start with there, please remember this thing. If the sentence is start with there, THERE, not THEIR. So if a sentence is start with there, THERE, children, and then you have to see the subject. Like children, there is a table. What is the subject after there? It is a singular subject. That's why we are putting singular verb here. We are not putting there are table. We cannot. This is not as per the rule. What does the rule say? When children, when the sentence is starting with there, and children, if the first subject is of a singular word, then the verb will be singular. Like you can see it here. There is a table in my room. So children, here both the sentences are starting with there. Number 1 point. Number 2 point. This is singular subject. This is singular subject. That's why we are putting is. Now read the second sentence. There are 6 boys in my room. There are 6 boys in my room. Again the sentence is starting with there. Sentence is starting with what, student? It is starting with there. Okay. But what is the subject here? Is it singular or is it plural? So if you will read second sentence, you will see it is plural. There are 6 boys. 6 boys is plural. That's why we are using here are. That is plural verb. Okay, so children, remember this. When the sentence start from there, and children, after there you have to see if the subject is singular, then use singular verb. If the subject is plural, then use plural verb. So children, I hope this rule is very much clear to you. And children, tomorrow I will be telling you, still there are so many rules are there, and if you will not revise it, you will forget it, student. So please revise it regularly. Find a suitable time where you can, every day you can revise the grammar portion of English, otherwise you will get confused. And tomorrow more interesting rules I will be telling you. And now children, you can feel that how much wrong English we used to write, and through this rule now you can write correct English. So with this I conclude my video. Thank you and have a nice day ahead, students.